Hello music creators. So over the years I ran into multiple music production advice, all supposed to be better than the other. I tried a few, succeeded with some, but failed with others, so today, while I finish a new song of mine, I want to talk about the best music production advice that changed my life as a music producer. My relationship with music having evolved a lot over time, I have many thoughts to share with you, ranging from the DAW you should pick to the music genre trap or the knowledge curse. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Aurelie, or PLV Music. I'm a full-time music creator. Since 2021, I've been sharing my journey learning music production from scratch, going from not knowing what a DAW was to being placed on a Spotify editorial playlist and quitting my 9-to-5 job for music. Oh, and thank you, Lender, for sponsoring this video. So, when I started my music production journey, the first thing I did was to Google how to start producing music. And one thing led to another. I found myself installing FL Studio because it seemed to be the only thing to do. Little did I know this was going to be a mistake. Because I didn't know any better, I just blindly followed what I've been told on the internet without questioning if it was the best choice for me. And sure, you could argue that the DAW doesn't matter at the beginning, what matters is to get started, right? But in my experience, and from what I've heard from other people, choosing the wrong DAW could discourage someone from pursuing music production. I remember this one guy posted a comment on my YouTube video letting me know that for years he had tried to get into music production, but couldn't because the DAW didn't make sense to him. Until he tried again, years later, with another DAW, and this time was hooked because it made sense to him. I've had a very similar story where from month 2 to month 10 of my music journey, I was stuck in FL Studio. I didn't like the DAW's workflow, I didn't feel creative, but I felt bad to change DAW after 10 months learning one. This is the opposite of all the advice you see on the internet telling you to stick to one DAW long enough to truly master it. So it took me a while, but eventually I did take the decision to switch to Logic Pro. Instantly, my creative block was gone and I was able to start and finish songs. Since then, I even changed to another one called SoundBridge, which you are seeing right now, which is even better for me to keep in the creative flow. When I made my video about why I changed from FL Studio to Logic Pro, I've had many comments telling me, you just needed to take the time to learn FL Studio, just read the manual, etc, etc. But no, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I didn't force it. It would have taken me twice as long to get there, and I wouldn't have enjoyed making music, which at the end of the day is the whole point, especially at the beginning. So I've learned that it's okay to change DAW, try new ones, or even use multiple as long as it works for you. Changing DAW felt liberating creatively, which is where I started to experiment with new music genre and shared more of my music on social media. I see many videos or people saying how having to make videos for social media is distracting to their music career and skills, but funny enough, to me, it did the complete opposite. As I was sharing everything that I was learning on my YouTube channel, it forced me to learn more. It forced me to finish songs so I could film YouTube videos, and it forced me to understand the concepts that I was teaching myself. I didn't know it at the time, but what I was experiencing was called the Feynman Technique. The idea is that by explaining the concepts to someone else, it helps you understand them in a better way. So, by sharing what I was learning with you on this channel, it made me a better music producer faster than not making videos for social media. Now, one objection I often hear from music artists is that they are afraid of being judged on their music if it isn't perfect yet. Well, yes, you will be judged, it's just human nature, you can't escape it. But receiving early feedback on your music is actually incredibly valuable. First of all, comments are great because they'll help the algorithm. But on another note, those early feedback comments, mostly said in a respectful way, helped me a lot. Most of them helped me recognize which areas of my songs needed improvement, they helped me identify what I needed to learn more, they helped me discover new resources I didn't know of, like plugins, communities, articles, platforms, or tutorials. All of those people who left comments sharing insights actually helped me develop as a music producer faster. If you were one of them, thank you. But what did the most significant impact for my music production skills, and I have to be honest here, was to take online courses. I know it might not be what you want to hear, but you do get what you paid for, right? Yes, you can learn anything online for free, for sure, but it's going to take time, a lot of effort, and it's mentally tiring to know where to look, which information is correct or not, and all that stuff. Which is why I'm a big fan of online courses. When I first started, I didn't wait. I started by taking the Kaigo online course on Studio. Most beginners struggle to finish their first songs, right? I made 3 songs in my first month just because I took an online course. This course gave me structure, it gave me accountability, and it gave me confidence. I didn't doubt anything I was doing. I was just doing it because the instructor told me to in a very small step-by-step manner. Every day for 30 days, we had action steps to work on our songs. It was great. To this day, I am still taking online courses regularly regarding any topics. Last November, I took a course on how to work less but smarter for my business. The year before that, I took a personal branding course on Instagram, and the year before that, I took a YouTube course. Some people love to buy shoes or bags. I love to buy online courses. I don't party, I don't drink, I just put the money towards online courses because I see it as an investment in myself and in my future. For example, currently I'm watching the intro to Melodic House and Techno production course on Lander. I call Lander the Netflix for music producers as they have a collection of more than 170 online courses covering any topics from EDM to lo-fi to mixing, sound design, composition, sync TV, copyright, music business, social media, literally everything we need as music artists. On top of that, they have a ton of samples which aren't overused, including my own sample pack called Arias. You also get access to over 31 third-party plugins such as Originals by Spitfire, my favorite, or Analog Lab Intro by Arturia. They also have a mastering assistant, a music distribution service. It's pretty much an all-in-one music platform for us. If you're interested, you can use my link below to get 20% off, but that being said, knowledge isn't everything. For example, I'll often get one person to start asking me many questions. To be nice, I answer very specifically as to what they should do. They say thanks and ask another question. I answer again. They ask another question. And it goes on and on and on, but you know what doesn't happen? I don't see any actions from them whatsoever. Very often, it seems like people want to know everything and have 1,000 questions. But those questions already have been answered, yet they still haven't taken any actions. Deep down, they know exactly what they have to do, but they don't. Most of the time, you don't need more knowledge, you just need to implement more, to take more actions. For the longest time, I was searching how to get into a Spotify editorial playlist. I thought there was a shortcut, some well-guarded tip. But no, I knew what to do. I just had to do it. I knew all I had to do was to keep releasing music consistently, showing Spotify that I am a serious music artist, and keep making better tracks. Weirdly enough, once I did do that, after releasing 3 or 4 progressive house tracks with relatively the same genre or style, I got placed into an editorial playlist. More often than not, we know in our guts what we have to do. We are just afraid or lazy to do it. Similarly, I often receive what you would call basic questions from people in my DMs. Simple things such as, how do I install this VST on my DAW? Or more technical questions such as, my song doesn't show up in my distributor, what should I do? First of all, I'm not a customer service, but second of all, when I ask them if they contacted the right person or even tried to Google it, the answer is obviously no. And that's my next point. Every time I run into an issue, my first reflex is to Google it or search for a tutorial on YouTube. I try to fix it on my own. If I really struggle and can't seem to find any answer, this is when I'll try to reach out to someone that might know the answer. But that problem-solving approach is something that I try to stick to as much as possible. And it's the same when it comes to producing music. If I don't know how to automate this specific setting, I search it on Google or YouTube, find the answer, do it, then continue working on my song, etc., etc. Having a problem-solving mindset and approach has been a game changer for my music skills and career. Looking back at my life so far, I've noticed that I've never been really good to follow the main path or to do what people expect me to do. I'm stubborn and I admit it. Proud of it, actually. But when I was in high school, my teachers told my parents that I'd be great for a scientific diploma. I chose to go to art school. In art school, they were pushing me towards a career in architecture or art history. But I wanted to do visual effects for movies. They told my mom it's not a real career. My ass it is. I applied to VFX school, had no backup school. Luckily I was accepted and I went on working on movies such as Ant-Man or Black Panther. My point is that I never saw the appeal to following what people think you should do or following the traditional path. To translate that into a music term, I don't see the appeal into fitting in a genre. Yes, I know for label releases and performing in Spotify playlists, hit radios and all that, it's not the best, but who cares? I want my music to sound like me, not like someone else. I want my music to stand out, to be different, to introduce something new to the listener. If they like it, great. If they don't, they'll find another artist for themselves. But not trying to fit inside a genre has been very liberating and much more enjoyable when producing music. I just let myself being guided by the vibes and emotions. Just a few days ago, I saw a music label posting on Instagram that they were opening demo submissions specifically looking for something new to the industry. I guess it's a good sign, right? I think this mindset has definitely been helpful for me, especially when it comes to my music career. I see many music producers wanting to make a living from their music passion, but being stuck because they aren't open to anything else, even if it's remotely related to music. Just a minute ago, I was replying to yet another comment asking if all those, and I quote, music creators they see on social media are just monetizing through teaching. Some are, and some like me have a mix of both. But so what if a music artist monetizes fully by teaching his or her knowledge? It is related to music. My point isn't to tell you to teach if you don't want to. My point is to make you understand that there are many ways to make a living from your music without it coming from the music itself. Think about merchandise, online courses, templates, presets, playlist curation, working with top music brands, UGC or Patreon subscriptions. All these are somewhat an extension of your music skills, or your music knowledge. The idea is to be open to new opportunities and to be open-minded. Trust me, your music career will thank me. Now, if you're having difficulties learning music production on your own, I recommend grabbing my 12-month plan ebook, which is filled with action steps, exercises, and resources to speed up your progress and learn with confidence. On that note, keep producing, keep learning, and I will see you in the next one.